Namaste, Jai Bharat. Air defense system is not only simply sensitive, it's also very complex. I was in the air defense in Bharatiya Vaisana, Indian Air Force. But then, that was a long time back. I was in the air defense before I joined the university to teach. But that was a long time back. Suddenly, the S-400 air defense system, Bharat procures from Russia. I don't know the implications. I don't understand the implications. I don't want to know because I'm not supposed to know. One training that we get is we shall not know what we are not supposed to know. Whatever is in the interest of nation is that in the interest of nation. What I'm supposed to know, only I should know. What I'm not supposed to know, why should I know? And carry an unnecessary knowledge which may be useful to someone else if I am eliminated. So the thing is that S-400 air defense system we procured from Russia, which is supposed to be extremely advantageous. I can assume how it functions, but why should I assume? Those details I am not supposed to speak and I shall not. But this has never been put into test. Imagine that it will be a complex way of defending. Air defense is defending. We are also having offensive steps in the air defense. There is one air defense and there are also offenses. We have offensive programs. Everyone has, not only we, everyone has. Both offensive programs and defensive programs. We have different types of aircraft for such things. Everyone has. Not only Bharat, everyone. All air forces should have offensive mission facilitated aircraft and air defense aircraft. Now they should have some variations, some differences. Same, the name is same. Rafale is Rafale, but then we have variations for different purposes. That's not for people to know. So air defense system is to defend intruders fundamentally. Now how this air defense functions, you need not to know, but then it functions in a particular way. Now they have, these days, they have different kinds of aircraft, stealth, fighters who can hide themselves from radar, all these claims. I don't know because I haven't seen them myself. In the post-World War scenario, they used to have a method of hiding themselves from the radars. Those days radars were simply even now to a great extent it should be simply very basic principles. They work only on echo principle. Those radars used to work, and then what they have done is they have created electromagnetic absorbent material, something like a paint. So get electromagnetic absorbent materials paint on the aircraft with the expectation that the electromagnetic waves that hit the aircraft shall not reflect back entirely. There shall be reflections, but then you need a little more expertise to find it on your radar screen. Or you have to use a Doppler. You have to use a Doppler radar which has limited range. Now I don't know what those days. But then the stealth aircraft are supposed to be hiding themselves from radar. How it is a technology, we have no idea. We shall not know, and even if someone knows it and explains, many people won't understand. So don't try to know things that you can't understand. It's not like watching a movie. So there are some aircraft who can hide themselves. One method of hiding was to fly low, which all used to do, and get into difficulties. That's a different thing. Fly at 50 feet and you get into difficulties until you are very efficiently navigated. Later the aircraft had a navigator also inside fighters, some other versions, even now. So these aircrafts are supposed to hide, and they are supposed to outfit the air defense system by way of maneuverability, by way of this hiding themselves in the radars, because until you know where it is, where will you fire what? and they also have speed advantage. If you can fly in a higher speed than the weapons speed which is coming to you, then you have a chance, very good chance to escape from the weapon. Now, these are all the basic principles that works in the new generation. They call it as fourth generation, fifth generation, sixth generation. Somebody calls 5.5 generation. These are all technical. These are all very rhetorical terms, not even technical terms. Fifth generation, stealth fighter, all those things. All right, these are names given. Okay, let people name in all fanciful, fantastic ways. That's okay. But this S-400, how it functions is none of our business, but it functions. What happened is, in the Russia-Ukraine war, for the first time, for all to know, this S-400 is used, and as the reports come in, they have destroyed very, very, very advanced so-called US aircraft. They have destroyed. None of these advanced aircraft were effective against this particular kind of air defense system. Now, Bharat has procured this S-400 air defense system from Russia. Even China has it. Now, who is terrified in this? Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't need much reason to get worried and upset and get loose motions. And they speak higher than the loose motion which they experience. Speak loud. So, if this S-400 is so effective against the so-called modern fighter planes, then whatever US equipments with Pakistan has, they can do nothing to us. This at least should be the first reading of a Pakistani Air Force defense expert. Till now, they were not used. First time they used in Ukraine to, I think, high rate of success with the advanced fighters of the US. We do not know how they are with this stealth. In a stealth claim something we don't know. How they are. They're supposed to be undetectable. We don't know how it is correct. There'll always be a method to detect them. There'll always be loopholes. Now, Doppler is a very crude thing which we used to do in Second World War, because when the bombers were coming with the electromagnetic absorbent material painted on them, which was supposed to be successful in those days. I think we still have some aircraft, I don't know the name, which was used in that time during those days. So, this success of S-400 and the mere fact that Bharat has it and China has it. China has it, Pakistan has no worry, but Bharat has it, they have great worries. And the Bangladesh crisis, it seems that we have deployed S-400 system in or around Siliguri corridor. So it's not that easy for an airstrike there. With whatever kinds of advanced systems, things you have. Remember, in 71, war between Bharat and Pakistan, they had star fighters. Those days most advanced aircraft. We didn't have such advanced aircraft, but because the US was giving them all kinds of advanced things, thinking that Pakistan can be trusted. Both are equally, but they thought Pakistan can be trusted. And then Pakistan becomes a hub of terrorism to the extent of the 9/11, to the extent of Osama bin housing. With all those things, the US Americans never lend a lesson. They should know whom to trust and who should be friend and who should not be friend. So they were giving all kinds of support to Pakistan, believing that they will stand by them. They had the starfighters, those days very advanced aircraft, and we were experimenting with our NAT fighters, engine from somewhere, and a single engined small aircraft. From one of the two engined aircraft, one engine is used. Small aircraft, very small aircraft. When you stand next to the aircraft, it only comes to your waist, little above waist. You don't need a real ladder to climb into the cockpit. The tires of NAT aircraft were as good as scooter tires. And when you sit in the cockpit, your both elbows will hit either side. And the canopy, if I remember correct, has to be pulled with the hand. And with such small aircraft, we shot down starfighters. Limited speed, limited endurance, absolutely a toy-like. It's absolutely toy-like fighter. Fighter it is. It's a toy-like aircraft which can fly for how much? Less than 40 minutes without drop tanks. Take off and come back and land within 40 minutes, and can carry just 2 small bombs. Limited ammunitions, limited arms and ammunitions, limited endurance, limited speed, maximum 600 knots, maximum cruising. That too with external drop tanks. And if you use external drop tanks, you can't use 2 bombs. So such small aircraft, but it has an advantage. Turn radius is less. Speed advantage is not there. Height advantage is impossible, rolled out. But to maneuverability, yes. If he's a good pilot in the cockpit, he can do wonders. They have done. Our pilots are done. I remember those days, heavy built fellows hardly used to be NAT pilots. Small characters used to be NAT pilots. They jump into the cockpit like jumping onto the two-wheeler. I think Royal Enfield is much vibrant than those NAT aircrafts those days. They are not there with us anymore. But what a wonderful aircraft. But with that, starfighters are brought down. There what happens is the ability of the flyer is counted. The pilot's capability of Indian Air Force is counted. And we always have an advantage of many others. Our individual's expertise is exceptionally good. Excellent people. Give us a Russian P-30M radar of old times. We can handle 30 tracks if is a good observer. Whereas in those days, FPS 100, American radar, you can't do so much. See, when you depend more on instruments, your ability is limited to the ability of instrument. But when you have an instrument which entirely depends on the human ability, the human capacity is infinite. Precisely this is what happened. Good pilots can do wonders, and most of us are good pilots. I'm not boasting, all people are exceptionally good. And those days there are stories in 71 war. I've heard it directly that they used to come for bombing and somehow escape from Bharat after releasing the bombs in the Punjab's wheat fields. Throw them and run away. Never dare come to any installations of military, because ack fire goes on. There will be umbrella fires, ack guns. And this character is scared of coming. I think they are chocolate boys who are coming from Pakistan. Hardly any good pilots. There's some less loyal to the. They don't have a real nation. There is semblance of mistake, as Jinnah understood more rightly than anyone else. So the ability of individuals count a lot, and the ability of equipments, of course, counts a lot. So first time we come across the S-400 working effectively. Let's see how this can be countered by whatever advanced kinds of weapons others have. But it's interesting. We have already procured it. I don't know who's that visionary thought about buying this. There must be some very wise people sitting there. We used to teach with the cross belt sitting there. We shall meet again. Till then, Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.